Hi, I'm Dan. I'm here to talk about the FlightView app for Android. The FlightView app is incredibly useful for looking up current information about flights, either ones that you're flying on or ones that your friends or family are flying on. You may be stuck in traffic trying to catch your flight, or you might be at the beach before leaving to pick up your buddy at the airport. Wherever you are, you can quickly get the latest status updates on flights and airports. To start with, in the app there are 3 key functions. First, Track Flight allows you to look up a flight and see its status. Then, if you tap the Options menu, there is My Trips, which shows you the list of flights you've saved grouped into trips. Airports shows you which airports have major or minor delays going on, and More gives you information about the app. And FlightView, the company. Tracking a flight is easy. You can enter a flight number, or if you don't know it, you can enter the departure and arrival cities. If you know the flight number, simply type in the airline name or code, flight number, and date. You can track any flight in the next 90 days. Then hit the Find Flight button to see flight details. Here, you'll see important flight info like scheduled, estimated, and actual departure and arrival times, as well as gates and current airport weather. If the flight is in the air, tap the Map toggle button at the top of the page to see a map with the plane's current location en route, along with nearby radar weather. If this is your flight and you want to send the flight details to someone who is meeting you at the airport, simply tap the share icon. From there, you can share the information to a wider audience via Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn. Now, let's say you're picking up your sister at the airport, but you don't have her flight number. Tap the By Route button at the top of the screen and enter in the departure and arrival airports, either by name or 3-letter code, the airline if you know it, the date, and the approximate time of day, again if you know it. Then, tap the Find Flights button to see the list of flights between these cities. Once you've found the right flight in the list, tap on it to see important flight details, like when the flight will land, so you can time your airport run perfectly. Also, you can save the flight to a trip, which I'll show you in a minute, and then receive alerts on it if it gets delayed or canceled, or if there's a gate change. Searching by route is also useful if you're traveling and your flight gets canceled or severely delayed, because you can search for alternate flights between cities. Once you've found some alternatives, you can call the airline to rebook just by tapping the phone icon next to the airline name on flight details screen to get the phone number. Another cool feature on the flight details screen is the current airport weather. You can tap the circle button next to the weather icon to see more weather info. Then, if you want to see the extended forecast, just tap the More Details button. To get back to the flight details screen, just press the Back button. You can add this flight to a trip simply by tapping the green plus button at the bottom of the screen. Here, we're adding the flight to a new trip by selecting Create New Trip from the menu. You can name the trip and add any details like passenger names, confirmation numbers, and any other notes you care to know on the fly, such as car rental or hotel reservations. Then, press Save when you're done. As someone who travels a lot, it's critically important to keep all my flight information organized. To view all your saved trips, open the Options menu and tap My Trips. You'll see the live status of all your saved flights quickly and easily in one place. The My Trips feature is great because if you only care about one flight, you can simply save that one flight to a trip. But if you have a connection or round-trip ticket, you can group these flights together. Or, if you're tracking your family's or family members' flights who are heading to the same destination for a reunion or conference, you can group everyone's flights into a trip. On the My Trips page, you can tap a specific flight within a trip to access details page for that flight. Or you can tap a trip name to access information about the trip. If you tap a trip name, you will navigate to a trip details page that has 2 views which you can toggle between, using a trip and info buttons at the top. The trip shows you a list of all the flights associated with that trip. Tap on the info button at the top of the screen and see where you can enter or edit trip details. So if we go back to the 3 functions of the app that I've mentioned at the beginning of the demo, Track Flight, My Trips, and Airports, the one we haven't touched on yet is Airports. A really useful app feature is the Airport Delay Map. You can see it by tapping on the Airports tab in the Options menu. This gives you a snapshot of the current delay status at airports in the US and Canada and allows you to predict the potential impact on your flights or friends' flights. One last feature to mention is the home screen widget. You can view the 2 most recent flights you've saved to My Trips and see their live updates, no matter what app you're running. Again, I'm Dan. On behalf of FlightView, thanks for watching.